Hey, how's it? Aloha guys. Welcome to another episode of Big John's Wine Adventures. And today I am showing you Pu'u Ualaka'a State Park, which is one of those hidden spots that very few visitors know about. You know, usually when visitors come here to the island of Oahu, they go to the top of Diamond Head to see the city view of Honolulu. But this place actually, I think, offers a much better view, as we are at a much higher elevation than Diamond Head. From here, not only you can see the entire city, but you can see the entire southern shore. So come with me as I introduce you to another one of those locations that very few visitors know about on another episode of Big John's Wine Adventures. Let's go. So on the way up the Tantalus Lookout, you're actually going to be passing by these Norfolk Island pine trees, which are absolutely stunning, as you can see behind me. And believe it or not, Hawaii is actually a major exporter of Norfolk Island pine seeds, since the seeds being exported are nearly cooked pine seeds. And you know, the cooked pine seeds, they don't grow tall and straight, except in Hawaii. So for that reason, we are one of the main exporters of these Norfolk Island pine seeds. And as you can see, they are very beautiful trees. Usually you find them growing in higher elevations here, usually on top of hills and mountains like this. So make sure you keep an eye out for these beautiful trees on the way up to Tantalus Lookout. Look at that, guys. Isn't that beautiful? And this place is not that far from Waikiki. It's very close. You know, I would say even in rush hour, probably take you less than 30 minutes to climb up here, drive up here from Kalakaua Avenue, the main strip in Waikiki. And you know, it's like you're being transformed into a whole nother world. You know, we're above the city, and it's really a way for me sometimes because I live in the city, to get away from the hustle and bustle. And you know, I live pretty close, just at the foothills of this mountain, and just takes me about 15 minutes to drive up here. And you know, it's a whole nother world, so it's a really good way to relax and just immerse yourself in this beautiful nature. Hello. Hello, little ones. Hi. Hi. Did you guys come to say hello? As you can see, we got little chicks that just came running up to me out of nowhere. Where's Mama Chicken? Beautiful. Now, this state park is also really good for just hanging out with your family, coming out here and having picnics and barbecues. As you can see behind me, we have a couple of picnic stations where they have tables. They have an area where you can barbecue, and you know, it's usually these picnic tables are empty during the weekday. So, you know, a really good idea, even if you're here for just a short time, go to Walmart. There's a Walmart behind Alamona Shopping Center near Waikiki, and get yourself one of those small portable grills and come up here and, you know, have yourself a barbecue, and you can see the view is just absolutely amazing. Alrighty guys, so we made it to the top. We're at the entrance of Tantalus Lookout right now. The lookout is just a little bit further down here. We're going to check that out in just a second. But I just wanted to show you what you see in the background right now. So you're looking at Manoa Valley, and this valley tends to get a lot of rain. And these are mostly residential areas, but right there you have the campus of UH, University of Hawaii. And that dome that you see right there, that's their indoor basketball stadium. So their campus is quite large. And right behind me you have Diamond Head. So as I said earlier, as you can see, we're at a much higher elevation than Diamond Head right now. And you know, from inside of the crater to the top of Diamond Head usually takes about 30 minutes to hike up, 30 minutes to hike down. But you know, if you come up here to Tantalus, you don't have to do any hiking. You can just drive up, and that's the beauty of it. But you know, don't get me wrong, from the top of Diamond Head the view is very nice as well, and a lot of people tend to go up there for sunrise. From the top of Diamond Head you can actually get a really nice sunrise, but just be aware, they just recently made it where you have to actually make a reservation before you're allowed to go inside Diamond Head. So make sure you make that reservation before you head over there. Now, you might be wondering, why do they call it Diamond Head? Well, two reasons. Number one reason, you had a lot of whalers come here in the late 1800s for whales, but the whalers didn't know that the whales weren't here all year long. So during the off season, the whalers became bored and they started excavating Diamond Head. Now, when they excavated Diamond Head, they found all these calcite crystals which were caused by volcanic eruptions thousands of years ago, and they immediately thought these calcite crystals were diamonds. For this reason, they called it Diamond Head. Now, you can imagine the disappointment in these men's faces when they had to sail all the way back to England just to find out what they had were not diamonds, but plain old calcite crystals. Now, another reason why they call it Diamond Head, those calcite crystals sparkle right around noon when the sun is up top, and the entire crater wall is covered in those crystals, so it gives the whole side of the mountain a green sparkly glow. That is also why they call it Diamond Head. Alrighty guys, so I think we have made it to what I consider to be creme de la creme of this state park here, Tantalus Lookout. So this is what you guys have been waiting for. Check out this view, guys. Isn't that amazing? So right now you are looking at the entire southern shore of this island. So not only you can see the entire city of Honolulu, but you can see the entire southern shore. So if you look over here towards the left-hand side of the lookout, you could see the southeastern shore, and if you look at the right, you could see the southwestern shore. So the mountain that you see over there on the southwest, That right there is the Waianae mountain range, which is an extinct shale volcano that stretches basically from North Shore all the way down to the southern shore. On the other side of that mountain is the west side of Oahu, Waianae. So on this island, we have two of these extinct shale volcanoes. We have the Waianae mountain range over here that looks out to the west coast, and we have the Ko'olau that looks out to the east coast. And both these extinct shale volcanoes run parallel to each other, stretching all the way from the North Shore down to the south. Now, a lot of people wonder, what is Waikiki? Waikiki is simply another district of Honolulu. So pretty much all of this is Honolulu, and Waikiki is just another district of the city. So basically it's the area that stretches from the base of Diamond Head all the way to Moana Regional Park. So if you see a green piece of land extending out right where I'm pointing, that right there is Moana Regional Park. We call it Magic Island, and that's pretty much the end of Waikiki. So beyond that is Kaka'ako, and then beyond that you have the downtown district of Honolulu. That's where you have all the office buildings, and Kaka'ako is where you have a lot of the luxury high-rise condos. Right now that's where they're doing a lot of the development. By the way, a lot of the families that come here for picnics, especially around sunset. By the way, this place is really good for sunset as well. The sunset's right there, and you know, the gates close at 7:45 in the summertime, 6:45 in the winter time, but the sunset's at, I believe, 7:05 right now, 7:05 p.m. So you can actually see the sunset from here before they close the gates. And now this place is also really popular for nighttime. A lot of people come here for night, but not all the way up here, because once again the gates do close at 7:45 p.m. in the summertime and 6:45 in the winter. So when you come here at night, there's a little area just a little bit further down there on the side of the road where people usually park. And you know, Hilton Hawaiian Village, they have their fireworks, and I believe they just resumed them. They kind of put them off for a while because of the pandemic, but they just started doing them again. So Hilton Hawaiian Village, which is that hotel right over there, they have fireworks every Friday at 7:45 p.m. And from here, I mean not from here, but from when you get up to the side of the road there, you actually get the best spot to see those fireworks. You know, you can see all the city lights. So you know, if you guys are looking for something to do at night, especially if you rent a car, I would also recommend coming up here for watching the city lights and the fireworks. Now if you look past Waikiki, by the way, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a strip of water just behind Waikiki, and that's Alawite Canal. That canal was built to relieve the floodwaters in Waikiki. Anytime you have flash floods in Waikiki, that's where the rainwater drains into, and it flows back out to the ocean right next to Moana Regional Park. And that's pretty much Waikiki. It's that strip between the ocean and Alawite Canal from the base of Diamond Head stretching all the way to Moana Regional Park. You see that big building right there with the green rooftop? That is the Hawaii Convention Center. And then if you look a little bit more towards the right, past Kaka'ako, you can see another dome right there. That is the Blaisdell Arena. That's where they do a lot of the concerts and things like that. And then you got downtown right there. Behind downtown, you have Punchbowl Crater, and that is where the Punchbowl National Memorial Cemetery is located, which is the largest veteran cemetery in the Pacific. And past that, you can see the commercial port where all the cranes are, just over there. That's where all the goods come in. And past that, you could see the airport, and you can see a channel right there. That's where all the cruise ships come in, right in front of Aloha Tower, in front of downtown. Oh, sorry guys. Now if you guys look over here towards the west side, if you look at the Waianae Mountain Range, in front of the Waianae Mountain Range, you could see a body of water. That right there is Pearl Harbor. And during the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, the Waianae Mountain Range is actually behind that mountain, is where the first wave of the fighter planes, the Japanese fighter planes, came from. They actually used that mountain as a last minute element of surprise. They swooped down real low, and at the last second they pulled up. They went up and over that mountain. They attacked Wheeler Army Air Base and Schofield Barracks, the United States Army Base 1st, which is located at the foothills of that mountain right there. Once they took out all the planes from there, then they headed straight towards Pearl Harbor. They wanted to make sure that we would not have a chance to retaliate before attacking Pearl Harbor. Now I just wanted to show you guys one thing over here. We have some of the pictures of Waikiki and the southern shore from the late 1800s, and these pictures were taken from up here and also at the entrance of Punchbowl Crater. So if you look at this picture right here, let me just turn the camera around. You can see what Waikiki used to look like back in the late 1800s. So you can actually kind of see in the picture, you have the fresh water from the mountains coming in and the salt water from the ocean meeting underground. The pressure from that would make the water come out of the soil and spout out, which gave it the name Waikiki, meaning spouting water. So most of these buildings that you see popped up around the late 70s, early 80s. That's when Japan had the economical boom, and a lot of the Japanese developers started investing in Waikiki, and the buildings started going up. Prior to that, Waikiki was pretty much all marshlands, a big old swamp, a place where they grew a lot of taro. They had a lot of taro farms and rose ducks. So once again, just remember guys, if you do happen to come here at nighttime, this is as far as you can go, because the gates to the top will close at 7:45 p.m. in the summertime and 6:45 p.m. in the wintertime. So if you guys want to see the city lights at night, if you want to see the fireworks from Hilton Hawaiian Village, which starts at 7:45 p.m., this is where you come up. From here, you get the best view, and you could see where you could park right here just on the side of the road. Well, there you have it guys. Here's another episode of Big John's Hawaiian Adventures, and that's Tantalus Lookout for you. So if you guys want to see more episodes like this, make sure you like and subscribe. See you next time. Aloha.